Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. It is a wonderful but cold Saturday, February the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. And this is episode number 109 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock and in around 3 minutes. Last Saturday, in episode number 102, we talked about different accounting programs. Today, I want to talk about invoicing. And I want to talk about using your invoice or payment processor, using a product called Wave, or using a product called Invoicely. So invoicing. You've started your small business, you got things going, hopefully you're working with an accountant, your startup is off the ground, you got your first client, and it's now time to send out your first invoice. Hopefully you've thought this through, and you might be using products like QuickBooks Pro, or you might be a dummy like me and using a template that came free with Excel. But it's now time to throw a logo on and send something to your client to have them pay you your first dollars. Again, maybe you haven't thought this through, maybe you have, but I want to give you a couple of options that you could be considering as far as invoicing, and a way to maybe keep yourself organized, keep track of your taxes, and look professional. This is something I don't do well, so don't be like me. If you are crazy like me, when I started my business, I went into Excel, downloaded an invoicing template, and used it for decades before my accountant yelled at me and said maybe I should be invoicing through QuickBooks. So the first thing you think through is, couldn't you invoice through your accounting system? That would probably be a good place to start. But if you don't, and this is my first business tip, consider invoicing through your payment processor. So for me, my payment processor is PayPal, and inside the PayPal Business Account Manager is an invoicing function where you can type your information in and send it through. This is a good thing to do if it's in alignment with your processes as well as your accounting system. Second business tip, let's talk about some off-the-shelf, free and paid invoicing systems that are specifically dedicated to invoicing. The first one I want to talk about is Wave. And I'll send a link to it right here. Wave is a great invoicing system, looks very professional, and it is free up until you use different components. So you can start out and use this for quite some time. They charge you by feature. So the first feature you may or may not want to turn on where it becomes non-free is when you use the payment processor, connecting it to a PayPal or some sort of processor where you're taking your payments through. A third and final one, which I'll put a link here too, is called Invoicely. This one is probably the nicest. It has a free component that lets you send up to 5 free invoices, and then it moves into a monthly subscription that bumps you up to 100, etc., etc. A very good system. Both of them are ways to start if you don't already have a solution. So get excited. You're now sending out your first invoices. This gives you 3 more ideas to consider. As always, I want you guys to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.